Hi Steve.
Hi.
It's great to see you again.
Thank you, good to be back.
We thought we'd talk today about strength training and the equipment you might be able to use at home, because I'd be interested in that. So could you talk us around a bit about that, please?
Yeah, sure. So first of all, let's demystify strength training equipment, because it can be a little bit scary because there are so many options. So even people that go to the gym, for example, sometimes look at all the equipment, don't know what to do.
Yeah.
So if you go to a gym, there's a few ways of doing your strength training. So lots of gyms will have weight training machines.
Yeah.
Okay. Benefits of those, they're really good for beginners because everything's attached to the machine, so you don't have to worry about dropping anything, for example. And you move the way the machine moves. So it's really easy to learn the movements. So if you're doing a seated chest press, for example, the machine can only move this way. So it's really easy for you to learn the movement. The drawback of that is if you have to move your sofa around your living room, your sofa isn't attached to a machine.
No.
So you get a little bit of a less relevant transfer of things that you do in daily life. So if you want to get a good transfer of your strength to things you do in your daily life, good use of your time is to use some free weights. So those are literally, as I've described, they're not attached to anything. So you might see what people commonly call hand weights, dumbbells and barbells and things like that. And when you train those, using those pieces of equipment, you mimic movements of real life more accurately. You have to stabilize the weight, which is what you have to do if you have to lift anything in your if you try to lift a wriggling toddler or put a wriggling dog in a bath or something like that. So free weights are really beneficial for that. And machines are made for the average person. Free weights you will fit to your body. Yeah. So loads of benefits of free weights. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah. So again, if you're lifting some free weights, your shoulders will move how your shoulders are designed to move.
Right.
Yeah. Whereas the machine is designed for the average person. And, you know, so there's a couple of little.
And being short like me.
Yeah. Well, you want it to be right for you.
Arms. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. So you can work independently. You know, work each arm or each leg independently. They're very versatile. So free weights are great. You can get them at gyms. You can get them in homes as well. You'll see things like suspension trainers these days, which are like basically straps with handles on them, and you use your body as the weight instead of an external weight. They're quite good. But for people that want to train at home, because not everyone loves gyms.
No.
Some people find gyms intimidating. When I used to work as a fitness instructor, the most common thing people would say to me in their gym inductions was, I feel nervous.
Yes.
And I get that. And actually, if you're exercising in the comfort of your own home, you don't have to worry. I always tell people, if you're working out at home, you can make whatever noises you want. You never have to worry. You can do that. You don't have to worry about some people, fear judgment, things like that. So you've kind of got that confidence. And travel, you're not having to travel to and from the gym as well. So one of the most common questions I get asked is, can you make me a body weight only workout? Because it's convenient, you don't have to have any equipment, you just use your body. And I say, well, yes, you can, but I highly, highly recommend that you have some equipment to work with. Yeah. And the reason for that is muscle balance. If we train some muscles and not others, that can cause muscle imbalances, which lead to joint pain. Oh. And we can always push ourselves away from the floor, but we can't always pull the floor towards us.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so body weight workouts tend to be focusing on pushing exercises that work some muscles, and then other muscles get neglected. So I highly recommend people have some equipment. Now, you don't need to take up a lot of space in your home for resistance equipment. This is a bag of resistance bands. These are my favourite. This is actually an exceptionally big band set. Like, some of them are much smaller. But there's enough resistance in this bag for somebody to resistance train for life and never get too strong for them, basically. And what you would do with these is you can anchor them to a door. Yeah. I've got videos of me anchoring them to a chin-up bar, but you can anchor them to a door at home. Yeah. And you can basically replicate almost any exercise you can do in a gym, and it will allow you to train your whole body. But as you can see, it takes up very, very little space. Yeah. So you don't have to worry about actually turning your home into a gym. Yeah. Other people do. I typically find that sometimes people will start with a combination of body weight and resistance band exercise. and we'll show you some examples of those types of exercises, and then they get curious about other forms of exercise. And when people are initially a little bit hesitant to have too much exercise equipment in their home, actually sometimes they get a bit of a bug for it when they really start to feel good and enjoy it, and they want to explore other things. So I'll give them guidance on getting like small free weight sets that are convenient to fit in their home and adjustable, and we can work in with their resistance band exercises and things like that. So when I say there is a strength training flavour for everyone, there really is. And the other great things about things like these is they're portable. You can take them on holiday. You can use them in a hotel room. So it's enabling people to keep their fitness consistent, and there's always an option for everyone.
That's brilliant, thank you. And you've got a mat as well? Got
an exercise mat as well. Exercise mat's always really useful, for floor-based exercises, just to cushion the knees, make you feel comfortable, things like that. So exercise mat's always really useful. So something simple as a resistance band kit and an exercise mat is just a great piece of kit to work with. And actually one of the important things if you're looking for a resistance band kit is it must have enough resistance in it for you to be able to increase the resistance you're using as you get stronger.
Wow.
Yeah, because if you use the same resistance all the time, your body will get used to it, and you'll use less muscle each time you do it.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's really, really important. Even if you just want to maintain how you are now, you need to be able to progress your resistance.
I suppose, could you say the same about body weight training as well? Initially it feels really hard. So say you do push-ups against the wall. But as you get used to it, actually you're not varying anything, are you? Because your body weight, it'll probably decrease hopefully. It's even worse in a way.
In a way, yeah. But we can make body weight exercises more challenging. So I'm a proponent of there's room for everything. Like body weight exercises have their benefits. So if you do a press up on the floor, for example, you can't do that press up without using your core muscles to stabilize your spine. But if you lie on an exercise bench and do a chest press, you'll technically work the same upper body muscles as a press up, but these muscles aren't doing a lot.
Oh, wow.
So there's room for all approaches for me. So, somebody who trains with me might have a mixture of body weight exercises, resistance band exercises, dumbbell exercises, depending on their setup. They've all got their little benefits, and we want to take the best parts of all of them and combine them.
And tailor it.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect. Thank you, Steve. That
was
brilliant.
Very welcome. Good to talk about it.
Yeah,
Thank you.